1. All that is. Hinduism taught it in a different way. Buddha does the same in a different way. Tao did the same in a different way. Jesus and Muhammad taught it in a different way. Quantum physics teaches it in a different way. Just about every spiritual teacher, sage, quantum physicist, and religion teaches us, in its own different way, that we are all one, and by acting in that awareness we move forward fastest, most richly and least painfully. This is nothing new, but often we have refused to listen. Now, in your quest for wealth and joy, you may wish to look at this again. Everything is all one, the same being individuated in different guises. In other words, everything is a localized point in and of the source of all that is, of God. Nothing can possibly exist outside of and separate from the source. The individuation and the illusions of separation are necessary, as we saw in the chapter on self. But they are only great tools when used as tools. When they are believed in as realities instead of illusions, they destroy and cause unnecessary suffering and inadequacy. Let us look very briefly into this oneness. Once you realize, feel, and act from this position of oneness, you will start seeing that you already are one with all things you desire and with all the people and things that will bring wealth to you. You will see that you are the one making the request for your desires, the same one communicating that request, the same one fulfilling that request, and the same one experiencing the manifestation of your request. Hence you need not worry. The illusion that you are not the same one is there just for your thrill and experience. This chapter will only take a brief look at this oneness, merely to give you evidence and to start you thinking about it. It will merely start you on a journey that only you can take, for it cannot be said, only experienced. We are all one. You are one with the source, and nothing is difficult or denied from, by, and to the source. The universe is friendly to your desires. Nothing is impossible, if only you will believe. You can never permanently own anything on earth. Life is change, and one is all there is. Ownership is a detrimental state of mind that allows what you think you own to own you. Again, here on earth, what you think you own ends up owning you, possessing you, taking away a part of your freedom. Think about that for a moment. Everything is one. How then can you own a part of the one? How can your leg own your hand? Your leg can play with your hand for a while, but it cannot own it. This works the same way with you and the rest of life. When you think you own something, you chase it about to prevent the loss of it, a chase that is fruitless. Hence, it owns you. Instead, think of yourself as a custodian of things until it is time to not be their custodian. Whether you like it or not, when the time comes or when your life on earth moves on, you will have to release all these things. Even your own body is eventually released from its present form. So enjoy, share, and have these things, but do not think that you are their owner. You can be that, but you cannot really own that. It is all one, and one is always changing. Everything and everyone is connected. All life is one. What happens in Kabul affects you, somehow, wherever you are. And what happens with you, the thoughts you have, and so on, affects everyone else everywhere somehow. So for your own sake, think, act, and be as one. Superiority and inferiority is not inbuilt in people and things. Seeing things in terms of better or worse is a judgmental weakness. This is especially a weakness of nations, whereby one government will consider itself superior to another, especially economically and systematically. It is also a weakness of social classes. An extremely high amount of wars, corporate collapses, and societal divide have been caused by the idea that my way is better than your way. Disharmony is costly and never profitable on the long term for anybody. Harmony is extremely profitable. You can avoid disharmony by looking at everyone around you not as better or worse compared to you or anything else, but as different. In other words, one entity's way is not a better or worse way. It is just a different way. This is a much more peaceful and profitable approach to everyone and everything else. Being special is not the same as being better. An entity can be special, but that does not make it better. If you wish to always be in harmony with the incredibly powerful laws of the universe, simply act as if the whole universe is one unit with no separation between its seemingly separated components. For example, to know how to handle a business opponent in a way that will profit you the most, act as if your opponent and you are one. Treat him or her in that way. There is not a person alive who is not capable of greatly contributing to the well-being of this planet. Just changing your attitude can affect the world around you. Susan Jeffers. It is in your best interests to do your part to ensure that people all over the earth have wealth consciousness and joy. Many thinkers and scientists are beginning to show that an individual's thoughts affect the whole world's thoughts. An individual is responsible for what happens in the world and to everyone on it. The ancient Greeks had a similar concept, Gaia. It has been mentioned by many philosophers all over the world, from ancient Greece by Plato to ancient Asia and the Far East. Modern scientists and thinkers in various fields of science are also starting to study and show that we are all connected. These connections are being found in various forms and in various fields of science. These findings include those by scientists such as Dr. John Lovelock, Peter Russell in his book The Global Brain Awakens, the British biologist Rupert Sheldrake in his book A New Science of Life, Howard Bloom in his book Global Brain, and many others. If you wish to be wealthy, you can do so on your own. But you can do so a lot easier and to a much larger extent, by far, if you help the world attain wealth consciousness. It has been said before in many places that the reason the one chooses